Greetings and salutations, friends. It is I, the Wolf, Wolf Chahi. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the video. As always, it is super groovy to have you here. Today's video is my Rune Level 1 fight against the GODSKIN Noble at the Temple of Eiglay at the Volcano Manor in Mount Gelmir. Right here you can see my equipment loadout and talismans that I am using for this fight. Highlights here are the Misericord, Dragon Shield Talisman +1, Erd Tree Favor +1, Radagon Sword Seal, Assassin Crimson Dagger. You can see I am Rune Level 1 here. On my Flask of Wondrous Physic I have the Opaline Hard Tier and the Opaline Bubble Tier. And on my Kite Shield I have PARRYING Retaliation for parries and for parrying that fireball that the noble so likes to throw. So with that being said, let's get into the fight and see how things play out. Before I go into the fog, I will sip my flask and eat a boiled crab, all for that extra protection. Nice little parry there right away. Should have been able to parry that, but I mistimed it a little bit. Here comes another little fireball. And parried way too early. Tried to correct myself by parrying again, and got punished for it. An inauspicious start for this video. God, love that back view, don't you? It's the worst thing in Elden Ring. Starting out with a fireball, I parried it for some reason. I think because I'm not really parrying the fireball visually. It's more that I have a feeling for the timing now. Because if I try to parry it visually, then I usually mess it up. And so sometimes he throws the fireball and I parry, but the fireball never reaches me because it hits a pew or a candlestick or something. There we go, nice parry. Should have been able to parry that, but I got that one, so that feels super good. And then the camera randomly decides to not lock on. Gotta love that. Gotta put some distance between him and myself so that I can lock the camera back on and not make any screw-ups. Dodge that fist. I don't know if you can parry that fist. I've always just dodged it. Should have been able to parry that, but I screwed it up again. I think this was my first attempt after not fighting him for a long time. So, or my second attempt now. So you can see my timing was not quite there just yet. And here he goes into second phase. So now I want to put an obstacle in between me and him, as most people who play this game probably already know. So this is nice, although I have found the pillars to be somewhat inconsistent, so I have a better way of managing this, and we'll see this in a little bit coming up here. That was a lucky dodge. Got that parry in, very nice. Always good to see the heals with the Assassin Crimson Dagger, and you can see with some bosses, and I'm not sure what determines this. There you go, big devastating attack. That multiple jab attack, I don't know what it's officially called. It's pretty devastating. It's pretty risky to parry, but I'd say do yourself a favor and learn how to parry it. It'll make your life a lot easier. So what I was saying about the heals with the Assassin Crimson Dagger, seems like some bosses, and I don't know what determines this, maybe if you know you can leave a comment below, but some bosses you get double heals. I know it happens with him, it happens with Morgoth, it happens with Melania, it happens with quite a few other bosses, but then most low level or regular enemies you don't get double heals. But I like the double heals, I'm not complaining. Now he's going to go into second phase, so we got to figure out a place to hide. We had to put an obstacle in between the two of us. And here you can see, he just goes around it that time. That's why I don't like using the pillars, because of the inconsistency with that. Nice little parry. That's a parry that you can get guaranteed almost every time. If you just sprint up to him with your shield raised and parry right as soon as you touch, right there, just like that. It's an easy parry to get, and it feels real good. Now I just about have him dead here, but I sense something bad is about to happen. Oh yeah, it's the multiple jab again. I didn't parry it. And there you go. Eventually, he's doing, I just noticed he does the multi-jab again right there. Eventually I get the timing. Eventually I remember the timing on that multi-jab again. And I start doing a lot better. It stops killing me. There's a weird hitbox on that. I'm not sure what's happening there. When he reaches across in first phase, when he reaches across his body like that, and he does that overhead sweep, and you try to parry it, it just whiffs. It totally misses. And then sometimes the follow-up attacks on that move connect and kill you, and sometimes they just go right over your head, so I'm not sure what's happening with that. Better to just dodge it if you can see it coming. Now that attack obviously is very parryable. He's reaching up, not across his body. Also, after I get a riposte in, I like to put some distance between myself so that I don't get that belly jab most of the time, and so I don't get him doing the area of effect, black flame, whatever you call that, most of the time. Of course, both of those things happen just then, but most of the time they don't. The strategy I use is to kind of parry the fireball, go in for a parry of an attack, but that's the overhead attack, of course. And then I panic rolled a little bit there and got punished. So the strategy is to parry the fireball and then sprint in with my shield raised for a parry. He didn't give me one there. So, and that little sweep across from below attack, that also, I don't know if it's parryable. So when I see it coming, I just dodge away. I seem to not be able to parry it. So now this is where I like to hide when he goes into second phase and he does his roll. So we'll just hang out here for a few seconds. You notice, oh yeah, I wanted to call attention to this. Notice that I am not standing up on the ledge. That's very important. Now I didn't have any problems there, but later in the video we're going to see that I have a lot of problems with that. So I just wanted to highlight that and make sure that you saw that I was not standing on that ledge there. There we go. That was the big reach across his body in second phase, devastating attack. There it is again. Got the parry on that both times. If you don't parry it, you'll get punished hard, and at rune level 1 you'll likely die. But if you learn how to parry it, it is extremely rewarding, and it makes this fight go a lot faster, because he's going to do it at least once in second phase. Could have parried that, but I had the timing bad on it. Here comes the roll. Dodged it the first time, but got hit the second time. Feels bad. Parry the fireball, run in for another parry. There you go. That's the basic strategy of this fight. And he's dead. GG's. Now the video's not over yet. We're going to go back and we're going to look at some more of this fight, because there are some other things that happen when you're fighting this guy that I wanted to highlight. So I did a few times. I fought him a few times. I was trying to go for a no-hit. After 3 or 4 times, I was starting to screw up a lot, so I decided to put it away for the day and then just make the video, and maybe I'll try to go for a no-hit on a later time. There we go, parry the fireball, run in with the shield raised for that easy parry on the attack, put some distance. Now he ran up to me, so I thought maybe he was going to give me a parryable attack, but he didn't, so then I decided to move away again, because I didn't want to get belly bopped, and I didn't want to get the AoE flames. The Circle of Flames, whatever it's called. Nice little parry. With this strategy and this loadout at rune level 1, 3 parries will put him in the second phase. Here I went for the pillar again. I think because I didn't think I had enough time to make it to the altar to get behind it and hide. But you can see here I got lucky. He's not getting around the pillar, so that feels good. We'll come back out of hiding. Dodged the devastating attack, luckily, all 3 times, which doesn't happen often for me. Got the belly bop, because I tried to go in for a parry when I knew I shouldn't have gone in for a parry. There's that fist again, which I don't know if it's variable. Parry, stab him in the guts, move away. There we go, got the devastating attack parry. Now do I win here, or do I get messed up? Oh yeah, here we go. Tried to hide behind the pillar and he didn't get blocked. I wasn't positioned behind the pillar correctly anyway. Maybe I didn't even have enough time to get behind the pillar, I don't know. That's okay. Should have sipped the flask and snapped the crab outside the fog door, but I didn't. It would have been a little bit better. Sort of put me in this awkward position. I don't like being trapped between him and the door or the wall or the corner or pillar or anything. So when I get like that, I just like to run away and put some distance between the two of us. Because if he gets you trapped against a wall or a corner, it's over. At least it is for me, because I can't see his moveset, I can't see his attacks, I can't react to him. Although just reacting on timing, sometimes I can get lucky and get a parry if I'm trapped, but it's definitely not consistent. And now with that parry and riposte, we're in the second phase, so let's run back behind the altar, our favorite hiding spot for this fight. I always love to run behind this altar because I know I'm 100% safe. I can take a deep breath, I can put down the controller and shake out my hands, and shake out the stress in my neck and shoulders, and then pick up the controller, back into the fight. I got bopped there for some reason. I don't usually get bopped if I just run out of there, but sometimes I'll do safety rolls just in case, so maybe that's what was going on there. I should have safety rolled. Thought he was going to give me a parry there, or a parryable attack rather, but he didn't, so I got belly bopped. Nice parry on that overhead attack. That's somewhat medium speed, so it's relatively easy to parry. Missed that parry, but got the follow-up. Get the parry on the follow-up attack, and now he's going to stand up here. And I'm thinking, what? See, I thought he was dead, and then he stood up, and then he died. It was so weird. I was so confused. Kind of cool to see that lift coming down in the background there. That was kind of neat. I've never seen that before. So that was that fight. That went pretty well. Now we're going to get into another fight. We're going to see some more shenanigans go on. I think pretty soon we're going to see one of the dangers of hiding behind that altar, because it's a danger that I didn't know about until this fight right here. So we're going to see that coming up in just a minute here. Yeah, I went in because I thought he was going to give me a parryable attack, and then he didn't, so I just got out of there because I didn't want to get belly bopped. And I didn't want to get the flame AoE, so. Here we go, fireball, run in for the parry. Boom. Very nice. Feels good. Not quite below half health, so we're not second phase yet. Missed that parry. Dodged out of the AoE. Parry the fireball. And get a parryable attack. Usually after he does the flame AoE, he'll throw a fireball right away. and then he'll come out for an attack. So, and then you see right there, I got stuck on the ledge. What the heck just happened there? I should have realized at that moment that that was a little bit of foreshadowing. But instead, I decided to be a show-off. And show off, and there we go. Look at that. Why did I get stuck? What? That's never happened before. I was so confused. And it screwed me up. I got hit. In all of my hundreds of attempts fighting this guy, trying to learn his patterns, trying not to get one shot at rune level 1, I had never had that happen before. It was so weird. And as you're about to see, it really threw me off because I got punished. Messed up the parry. Feels bad, man. Feels real bad. But it's okay, right? Because it was just a fluke. I mean, it was a fluke, right? I swear to God, man, this game sometimes, it just... if it decides that it wants you dead, it's gonna find a way to kill you. Just crazy, man, just crazy. That's okay. Shake ourselves off, get back into the fight. You can see I'm still a little bit thrown because I messed up the parry on that fireball. Still wondering what the heck happened. That I got stuck on that ledge. And I did some weird backstep and messed up my parry timing. That's okay. I believe I just told myself to take a deep breath and stay in the fight and do what I knew how to do. There we go. Was the flame AoE, followed by the fireball, followed by a parryable attack. Always happens. And now we get second phase. So, we should be okay this time, right? So we'll just show off a little bit some more. Get ready to get back into the fight. Feeling good now. We're back into second phase. And wait, what? Why you no go over step? What is actually going on here? This is crazy. I've never happened that have that happen before. I'm so flabbergasted I can't even no speak words good right now. It's just crazy. So unbelievable. Anywho, we're good, right? We're back in the fight. We're chilling. We got another parry. Parried the fireball. Got another parry. We should be good. So yeah, that's just a little cautionary tale. If you're gonna hide behind that altar, that you might want to pay attention to whether or not you're standing on that ledge. Now, while going through my footage to put this video together, I did notice something right here. I'm standing on the ledge. And this is probably why I had never had that problem before, because in all of my previous attempts, prior to this one day, I always made sure that I was standing on that ledge, but I wasn't doing it consciously. For some reason, I just stood there in all of my attempts prior to this particular day. And so I never encountered him getting stuck on a toe-high step. So just maybe learn from my mistakes, I guess. Anyway, we're okay. We're chilling. We're back in the fight. We're doing alright. We just parried another fireball and got the follow-up parry. Let's do it again. Let's do what we know how to do. I got weirdly pushed to the side there, but was still able to get the parry off, which is kind of nice. I like to get a couple of parries in on that side of the room and then move to the other side of the room for the third parry, depending on how close he is to the door, because that way it sets me up for hiding behind the altar, and it also helps me to avoid getting stuck between him and the door, which feels very good. So one more time, Feeling cocky still. Gonna continue to show off. Because it can't happen a third time, right? Especially if you just jump. And there we go. Problem solved. A problem that before this day we didn't even know existed. There we go. Parry, parry. Stab his flab. And put some distance. Very nice. Feels good, man. Feels good when you start to get the rhythm of this fight down. Almost got cucked by the altar, but I was able to get around. This might be it. Last fireball, last parry, and that's GG's. That's the fight. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned a few things. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps to support my teeny tiny channel that I'm really hoping will grow one day. And yeah, that being said, I wish you good luck. Happy gaming. Thanks for watching, friends. Peace.